Hey guys, here's a short track guide for round 7 of the Nations Cup in the Peugeot 908 at Le Mans. As we get a good run off the foul corner to start the lap, shifting up to 4th gear right as we cross the finish line, bringing the car up to the left hand side of the track to get a wide entry for this first chicane, and right as the track straightens out right before the 2 cones, downshifting to 2nd, and trail braking into the first apex. And as we get on the second part of the track, just partial throttle right until we can get into the exit of the corner, try not to run too wide, hopefully you didn't get any penalties there. And as we get to 5th gear, downshifting to 3rd, right at the 2 cones, hugging this apex right here, bring the car over to the right-hand side to get a nice entry for this corner going to the long straight. Down to 4th gear, and getting up to full throttle, hopefully not running too wide on the exit to get a penalty. As we're up to 6th gear, that first sector is just so important to note that it's really helpful for qualifying times. I mean, that's where you can really find a lot of your time, and it's also where you can pull away if you can nail those corners during the race. So, as we're approaching this first chicane, looking on the left-hand side of the track for the 2 cones, there they are, downshift to 3rd for this first part of the chicane, as the second part down to 2nd a bit later, trying to rotate the car partial throttle and exit, trying not to run too wide. And exit of the chicane can really give you a good opportunity to draft someone, slipstream them, and try to get another pass going into the second chicane here. So very important not to get on the gas too early there. So again, looking on the right-hand side of the track for the 2 cones, another good braking point right before them, downshift to 3rd, very similar approach. The second part, downshift to 2nd, trying to get the car rotated through here, partial throttle, and then once it's finally straightened up, you can get back to full throttle. Trying to shortcut the track a bit here, you can cut a bit to the right, and then bring the car over to the left-hand side, up to 6th gear. And as we're approaching this hairpin, you can bring the brake balance down to around like -3 or a bit more, just to help the car slow down here. And right as the curve starts, down to 2nd gear, and then late downshift to 1st right there. As we get the car rotated, partial throttle right until the car gets straight. Very easy to get a lot of wheel spin as you're in those low gears. Up to 4th gear and up to 5th gear. Just seeing if there's anyone else to slipstream around here during the race. If not, you can just check if you're good on fuel or stuff like that. As we're approaching Indianapolis here, it's very important to take a lot of speed through this first section, maybe like partial throttle right as you get through the apex, and right as the curb exits, that's when you get on the brakes. Down to 3rd, and then down to 2nd for this next part. Partial throttle, try not to get in the sand on exit. Right as you get past the 2 cones, down to 2nd, late downshift to 1st, just to get the car rotated on exit here, partial throttle right till it gets straight, then get back to full throttle. Up to 4th gear, approaching the Porsche curves. You can bring that brake balance up to like -1 or 0 or something like that, again to help the car rotate through here. You don't need the brakes as much as earlier in the track. Bring the car to the left-hand side, and then downshift to 5th or 4th. I think either one works through here depending on the fuel load. Then down to 4th gear, hugging the apex through here. And then as you approach the left-hander, just letting off the gas, trying to get the car right up to the apex, trying not to run too wide on exit through here. Coming up to the final 2 chicanes of the track. Bring the car up to the right-hand side, looking at the pit road curbing as your braking point, down to 3rd gear here. The second part down to 2nd, just keeping a tidy line through here. Final corner, partial throttle and exit right till the car gets straight right off those bumps to the line, and that's a lap around Le Mans. And now here's a lap in chase view. that was a 320.213. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.